All right, let's do this together. About 3 minutes ago, I'm on Twitter and I see Carl Weathers, age 76. Let's go through this. This is how I cope. This is how I go through finding out a celebrity has died. I think, as I'll tell you from time to time when these things happen, we live in a world where we know so many people as opposed to prior generations before internet, before movies. You just knew everyone who lived around you in town. So when somebody gets old and dies, that's the thing that happens. It's also expected, but that's the thing that happens all the time. When these sudden deaths happen, where he's 76, oh yeah, he's considered old. I think anything after the age of 70, we can't call it tragic. I mean, this is what happens. My main point is we know so many people, therefore we're gonna know about so many deaths, and there's got to be a point where we're like not surprised anymore, and we just got to be like, yeah, that's the consequence of knowing so many people. So here we go. Apollo Creed, yep, Carl Weathers, famous for a number of movies, but most prominently Sylvester Stallone's early nemesis in the Rocky movies, has sadly died. TMZ confirmed. The beloved actor passed away peacefully Thursday, surrounded by loved ones. That makes it sound like if you're surrounded by loved ones, they knew. It means that he was going through something, and at least the exit didn't have that sudden impact. Not that anything at 76 can truly have a sudden impact, but still. So something was up. This, according to a statement from his family, they say, "We're deeply saddened to announce the passing of Carl Weathers." They add, he died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday, February 1st. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he was left an incredible mark and is recognized worldwide across generations. He was a beloved brother, father, grandfather, partner, and friend. Unclear what ailments, if any, Carl may have been battling lately. He'd been actively acting in recent years, and on the surface, there didn't seem to be much wrong with him. He was playing Grief Karga in The Mandalorian. When I see people like athletes always live long. Bob Cousy is 95 years old. This man won the first championship with the Celtics. It may not have been the first one, but it feels like it. That's how old he is. When they condition, Bill Russell made it really long. When all they did in their youth was take care of their bodies. You know what I mean? So when I see a guy who looks like this, I'm kind of surprised. Drug use though, as in like performance enhancers, things that take a toll on your body, maybe is why. Plus, he's black. The average life expectancy isn't as high. He's an actor too, not an athlete. Just because he got fit for a couple of roles, it doesn't mean he maintained anything. I don't know. I'm looking into his history, trying to explain the 76. But really, being 76 years old is kind of like, yeah, anything will go. Anything can take you out, really. When COVID 19 was hot, the majority of the fatalities were older and fat. In any case, it's an absolute blow to showbiz. Carl was a titan in the movie industry with acting credits dating back to the 70s when he was guest starring on shows like Good Times, Kung Fu, SWAT, The $6 Million Man, Cannon, McCloud, and more. I have not heard of any of these. His true big break came out of Sly. Carl was cast as the brash and bold heavyweight champ of the world, Apollo, and he was pitted against Rocky in the ring for 2 films. His character stuck around for 2 Rocky films. In the third one, he actually brought the Italian stallion out of a slump back to glory with a new type of training he'd never experienced, making for some iconic, memorable scenes as part of a montage. That's right. The shot of them slow-mo running on the beach and Sly eventually pulling ahead goes down in movie history. That's one of the most awesome, inspiring things caught on camera. Apollo was killed in Rocky 4, dramatic fashion, but his imprint movie franchise lives today with Michael B. This really isn't information, right? This is just more stuff. He was in a lot of things on TV. Outside of Hollywood, Carl involved in noble charitable efforts, including Lupus LA, the LA Police Memorial Foundation. I thought you said it was noble charitable efforts. The Peace Fund and the Tower Cancer Research Foundation. Cancer, maybe? Maybe he's got a soft spot for that for some reason. Two sons. Carl was 76. What to add? What to add? Great. Greatness moved things forward. I'm happy for the career of Carl Weathers existing, for the examples, for barriers that were broken, for franchises that were spun out of. He's worthy of every accolade. Hollywood Walk of Fame, all that. All that's good. I'll leave on this, because I didn't say this when Chadwick Boseman died, about recast T'Challa. There's a reason why I never said anything. Because it would be insensitive to start talking about his character the day I just learned he died. The hour I learned he died. And I have to think, should I bring it up? I'm looking at Lucasfilm for what they do with Ray Stevens' death. Baylan Skoll had story. Greef Karga is important to the show. Greef Karga has story.